Greetings, heroes of Dominion. Zeus here with another deep dive into the Lara Croft event, and today we're walking through the full span of the Temple Guardian boss fights, from level 130 all the way up to the final test at level 300. This guide is designed to help you understand each stage, the Guardian lineups you'll be facing, and the exact buff requirements you'll need to push through. Whether you're a newer player getting your first taste of the event or a veteran aiming to conquer the toughest challenges, this walkthrough will give you a clear path forward. What makes this run so exciting is how strategies continue to evolve. Thanks to constant testing and collaboration within the Hero Wars community, we've been able to reduce buff requirements across multiple stages. Some levels that once felt impossible are now far more resource efficient, making this event more approachable for everyone. Let's go step by step and cover the entire journey. Level 130, Buff 0. The first checkpoint begins at 130 with Galahad, Sebastian, Lara Croft, Astrid, and Lucas, and Iris, supported by Axel. Despite the mixed physical and magical threats, this opening fight is tuned to be clearable without buffs. It sets the pace for the event. Level 140, Buff 0. At 140 the lineup repeats exactly, and again you won't need buffs here. It's still very much an entry-level test. Level 150, Buff 0. At 150, Nebula steps in to replace Astrid and Lucas. She joins Galahad, Sebastian, Lara Croft, and Iris. Even with her addition, this fight is straightforward and requires no buffs. Level 160, Buff 0. The Guardians step it up here with Rufus and Oliver plus Isaac and Axel, joined by Sebastian, Lara Croft, and Iris. It introduces anti-magic and control denial, but once again, no buffs are required. Level 170, Buff 0. Here we face Rufus with Oliver, Satori with Biscuit, Isaac with Axel, Lara Croft with Mara, and Aiden with Merlin. It looks scary on paper, Satori punishes energy gain and Aiden adds dangerous flames, but the fight is still manageable without buffs. Level 180, Buff 0. This fight layers durability and punishing magic. Rufus, Satori, Lara Croft, Astrid, and Lucas, and Aiden supported by Merlin combine for a tough team, but buffs are still not necessary. Level 190, Buff 0. The Guardians ramp things up with Isaac and Oliver, Sebastian and Albus, Lara Croft and Fenris, Astrid and Lucas and Vex, and Iris and Biscuit, with Albus as team pet. Strong offense, but still beatable at Buff 0. This is the final free wall before buffs become required. Level 200, Buff 0. Here we see Satori, Isaac, Nebula, Sebastian, and Lara Croft, backed by Albus. Dangerous but still balanced at 0 buffs. Level 210, Buff 0. Astaroth joins the lineup alongside Isaac, Nebula, Sebastian, and Lara Croft, with Albus as pet. His resurrection adds difficulty, but buffs aren't needed. Level 220, Buff 5. At last, buffs come into play. Rufus with Biscuit, Galahad with Fenris, Isaac with Oliver, Lara Croft with Mara, and Iris with Albus take the field, with Fenris as team pet. This is the first stage requiring buffs, though only 5. Level 230, Buff 60. This is the first serious wall. Rufus, Galahad, Isaac, Lara Croft, and Iris with Axel as team pet demand 60 buffs. That's steep, but still lower than the 90 once required. Level 240, Buff 0. A welcome breather follows. Galahad, Isaac, Sebastian, Lara Croft, and Iris supported by Albus can be cleared without buffs. Level 250, Buff 5. This stage was tuned down recently. Once requiring 10 buffs, it now needs only 5. The team is Astaroth with Biscuit, Galahad with Oliver, Isaac with Mara, Lara Croft with Fenris, and Sebastian with Albus as the pet. Level 260, Buff 35. The Guardians here are Astaroth with Axel, Morrigan with Oliver, Lara Croft with Vex, Iris with Biscuit, and Helios with Merlin, with Albus as team pet. It once demanded 50 buffs, but now only 35 are necessary. Level 270, buff 90. Here comes one of the most punishing walls of the event. Corvus with Biscuit, Morrigan with Oliver, Lara Croft with Mara, Iris with Albus, and Helios with Merlin make up the core, with Axel as team pet. This team is a deadly combination of physical punishment, support, and anti-magic. The requirement has dropped slightly, once 110, then 95, now refined to 90 buffs. Still, it remains a major milestone that demands careful preparation. Level 280, buff 135. This stage pits Isaac, Lara Croft, Aiden, Martha, and Iris with Axel as team pet. It continues to be one of the toughest tests in the event and holds steady at 135 buffs. Level 290, buff 35. A big relief after 280. The lineup of Anvari with Oliver, Isaac with Axel, Sebastian with Fenris, Lara Croft with Vex, and Iris with Albus, supported by Albus again, now requires only 35 buffs, down from 50 to 60 before. Level 300, buff 85. The final test of the Temple Guardians has been dramatically adjusted. It now requires only 85 buffs, a huge drop from the original 175. The team composition here is Morrigan with Axel, Lara Croft with Fenris, Astrid and Lucas with Vex, Aiden with Merlin, and Iris with Albus also serving as the team pet. While it's still the hardest fight of the event, shaving nearly 100 buffs off the requirement makes it much more achievable for determined players. Conclusion? And that's the full climb, from 130 all the way to 300, with the latest changes and optimized strategies. What's most impressive is how the community has chipped away at the impossible. We've shared reports, tested lineups, and pushed through the walls together, cutting the total buffs required for the full event to under 500. That's an incredible achievement, and it shows the strength of teamwork. So don't get discouraged when you hit a wall. Play smart, use your resources wisely, and lean on the knowledge the community has uncovered. Together, we've turned an overwhelming challenge into something within reach. Salute and friendship.